This next question, Jim, is one that several people have sent in this morning. I'm going to read this one from Twitter using the hashtag CornyDriveThru from the Jewish Maestro. What do you think of this alleged leaked payroll document from AEW? Now, this is something that made the rounds. If it wasn't a year ago, it was several months back. I think it was before the pandemic. And you can comment on it, Jim. I mean, it's completely ridiculous.
I know. And why did it? Because I'm like you, I saw it on Twitter and knew that it was a gimmick months ago. Why is it back in the news? It's the same exact picture of the same exact
fake document.
Yeah, fake document.
I've never seen an invoice like this in my entire life.
Well, yeah. So, but what stirred it up again?
Oh,
that they're just now finding it.
There's a certain goof who's desperate for people to check out his videos. So either he was too stupid to know that this wasn't legitimate, or he was just hoping people would talk about it and he would get some desperate views.
But he presented it as if it was legitimate.
From what I don't watch his stuff because I care about my brain cells.
But anyway,
what I understand,
people are taking it seriously.
Yeah.
Okay, we will explain. As a matter of fact, can you pull that document up?
I have it right here.
Okay, because I'm going to explain the flavor here, and then you can read it and we can read the itemization. But basically, this is supposedly an internal financial document from AEW on bills or accounts that they have to pay.
Confidential,
it says. To make sure it's secret, they got confidential. It's confidential to our entire accounting department that these are the bills that we're paying. And honestly, I give them credit for the idea, whoever mocked this up, and if they'd have just had any clue about any kind of business and or what you would pay people, they could have done this where it was half-ass legitimate looking, but instead they've made these amounts so ludicrous that it's obvious that it's bullshit, and everybody who knows anything about what you would pay anybody knows that this would be ridiculous, correct? If I basically phrase all that?
Yeah, I don't understand why anyone would think this is legitimate. I mean, I think part of it is, I'm not someone who believes that Dave Meltzer's on AEW's payroll.
No, we established last week on The Experience, he's paying them to mention his name so much.
That's ridiculous, too. But I'm not a believer that he's on their payroll. You've seen it. There are people that believe it. So something like this emerges, and although it's ridiculous on its face, there are people who will take this and hold it in the air and say, you see? Evidence! Evidence! This April confidential accounts payable invoice says it.
All right, well, read the items on this confidential paperwork.
Now, once again, I'm assuming this, because it says April, that this fake invoice is supposed to be just for the month of April.
Yes.
Payment processing, automated retail systems, $803.98. Coke Solutions, $520.23.
Wait a minute, is that the soft drink or the drug that they're helping you find solutions to?
Maybe backstage party favors. Who knows? Anthony Rezko, whoever that may be, $693.43.
He sounds like a Teamster. Talk to Rezko. He'll get it taken care of.
And then payments today. That's what it says. Payments today.
Well, every accounting internal interoffice thing has a payments today column, doesn't it?
$489.70. Now we get to the section for public relations and advertising. Brian Alvarez, $89,000. Once again, for the month of April. Total Divas Entertainment, $42,300.
Is there actually a company named Total Divas Entertainment?
I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing maybe because it's under public relations and advertising and thinking there's maybe a tad of integrity with whoever concocted this. Maybe it's like a Twitter account or a website of some sort.
All right.
The Voices of Wrestling, $109,000. Monterey Peninsula Talent, $203,000. Westwood One, $333,400.
Westwood with the folks that do podcasts. Westwood one.
Well, it started, of course, as a radio syndication network. Big competitors of Bob Meyrowitz's DIR.
But they're spending $300,000 a month with these folks.
$333,400 to be exact. Yenta Bixenspan, $10,000.
That's where I knew it was bullshit, because if Styles Bitchley, that little fucking crumb-grubbing fucking rugrat, anybody ever paid him $10,000, he'd be fucking screaming about it from the rooftops.
Yeah, plus he would drool all over you for just $500. $10,000. But anyway.
Just leave your car window open. You'll get a fucking lap full of drool.
You know, he's denying that happened.
I remember you telling me about it years ago.
Hey, I guess he didn't count for the fact that, and I didn't know about this either, that my ex-girlfriend had a contemporaneous journal entry where she wrote all about it. Maybe we'll have to post that. But anyway, moving on. Facebook, 80,000.
Yeah, that's why she's your ex-girlfriend, because you know about that journal, but that's another story for a different time.
She's the one who told me, actually, when I asked her if she remembered any of this. $80,600.
To who?
Facebook. Something Awful, LLC, $12,000. I don't know what that is. David Meltzer, $207,100. Wade Keller, $75,000.
Like anybody outside of Bellevue would give Wade Keller $7.50.
No, 75.
No, I'm saying $7.50.
Oh.
Like anybody outside of fucking Bellevue, outside of a mental institution. What would these payments? They don't have that many subscribers, for fuck's sake. For $1 a subscriber. Here you go. All right, keep going.
Instagram, $30,000. Twitter, $320,900.
How would you spend $320,000 on Twitter?
I don't know, because even if you wanted to sponsor your tweets, there's no way it would cost anywhere near that.
But yeah, if they were spending $300,000 and something on Twitter, wouldn't you look at their Twitter and they'd have 89 million fucking followers?
Yes, you would think. But Russian bots aren't the same price they used to be, Jim.
The whole bot market's gone to hell.
Lawrence Sinclair, I don't know who that is, $24,000 a month. And finally, from the public relations and advertising section, TikTok, $111,200. And then, of course, finishing up this bullshit invoice, refreshments. Now, important to note, Coke Solutions wasn't under refreshments. It was under payment processing. But anyway.
Okay, well, maybe in that case, it was the Bolivian kind.
American Water? Maybe you should ask Bill Ponderosa. American Water, $3,404.09.
That's a lot of water.
Healthy You Vending, $16,603.90. And finally, Poland Springs, What It Means to Be From Maine, $798.45.
Now, wait a minute. Polish water is from Maine? What do they have over in Poland?
No, it's
lobsters?
It's Poland Springs, not Polish water.
Well, I thought Poland Springs was in Poland.
Poland Spring is in Maine.
Why don't they call it Bangor Springs?
Why don't they call it Moline Springs?
Why don't they call it Nantucket Springs? You know, I once knew a woman from Nantucket.
I once heard Lanny Poffo tell that story.
So what was the grand total on these expenditures?
There is no grand total, and I have not added these up with my calculator.
But it seems like they're spending a lot of money.
They certainly seem to be spending a lot of money.
Maybe that's why they're cutting costs on talent.
Can you imagine people believe this is legitimate?
I got to paraphrase, it wasn't about this subject, but it was definitely the same words. If you gave Dave Meltzer $200,000 a month, to quote Dennis Condrey about a young lady one time, he'd be dropping down, sucking everything in sight for half of that.
All right. Well, I guess with that, we'll move on to the next topic here.
Would you like to move on? You know, listen here. If you'd like to just shut me out, if you don't want to listen to the comments that I make and the things that I have to say, well, I got a way that you can shut the whole world out. It's what, as a matter of fact, I've come along in technology to be able to shut the world out because I wasn't going deaf quite quick enough. So I've got to have noise canceling earbuds. And folks, the wireless earbuds from Raycon, the everyday E25 earbuds are the best ones yet. 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, more bass. You always need more seafood in your diet. A more compact design and a noise isolating fit. You can be wearing these, people be screaming at you. You don't know anything about it. You could be wearing these. Don't walk across the street wearing these everyday E25 earbuds from Raycon. You will get your ass run down because you will not hear that train, that car, or even that motorcycle. Folks, they're stylish and discreet. No wires, no stems. These things, they stick right in your ear. You can't lose them. But they stick right in your ear and they sound like $1 million. They sound better than the premium stuff that's twice the price of these fine earbuds. And they've got a 45-day free return policy. So you can make sure they're the pair of wireless earbuds for you. If you do try them out and you don't want them, then you can send them back 45 days, free return. Wipe the earwax off first, if you would, please. And folks, for a limited time, get 15% off your order at buyraycon.com. That's B-U-Y, Raycon, R-A-Y-C-O-N, buyraycon.com/JCE. Buyraycon.com/JCE, 15% off the wireless earbuds. Do it now while this deal's still running. They can't do this all month. It could end at any time. You never know with these people. Take advantage of them while they're willing to be taken advantage of, and screw them out of a set of these fine earbuds as soon as you possibly can.
Actually, there's another listing here I forgot on this invoice. $600,000 Raycon, so they don't have to listen to Jim Cornette.
Well, there you go. The whole company now is outfitted with noise-canceling earbuds so they don't have to listen to me tell the truth about them. And you, folks, whether you don't want to listen to your wife, your kids, your husband, whoever you don't want to listen to, block them out with the Raycon earbuds.